Welcome, friends. Welcome to today's Reconsider It live stream. Best live stream you're gonna see all day. And here on this live stream, you are gonna get a very nice hour of some improvised live looping, vocals only. There will also be synthesizer brought in. Synthesizer's not hooked up to the loopers though. Everything on the loopers is just vocals. We have the foundation of a beat. I'm going to be building up more of the beat here. It's going to be really great. We're going to have a nice studio hangout session, chat about whatever comes up. Man, it's going to be good. It's called Tinkering in the Studio. My regulars know what it is. If you are new to the Reconsider It live streams, made the right decision joining us. We want you here. And right now, as we have this foundation of a beat here we are just getting warmed up. We're getting the blood flowing right now. Here in this blood flowing warm-up phase, I need to celebrate. I need to celebrate. Thank you for being here. Whether you are here with us live and you are in the chat, or you are here with us live and you are not in the chat, or you are here with us after the live, you are watching on replay. However it is that you are here with us, thank you for being here. I am going to celebrate you at this time in this way. I have got my drink. I'm going to clink the screen. You are invited to join the rest of us as we cheers along and celebrate our togetherfulness. Friends, there is a very nice build-up, and you are already feeling very excited to this cheers moment. I know. I understand how it is. I relate with you because I too am looking forward to a very exciting, unifying moment with you right now. And here it comes, my friends. Woo! Clink. Cheers, my friends. Oh, that's good. Oh, all of the good. There's a lot of good. Oh, it's so good. I like good things that are good. Please like this video. Please subscribe. I could use some subs. I see right now with us we have got Warheart, which is really good. I have a lot of excitement at this time. Friends, we have got a Tinker stream on our hands. Man, this is going to be such a good time together. I'm very excited by it. I've been looking forward to this time with you. So I'm going to be building up this beat, as I say. My regulars more or less know the drill of a Tinker stream. Play around with the loopers, build stuff. I'm going to add some more percussion pretty much right away. There's 2 empty slots, I got to fill those in. Then I'm going to build up the rest over here, but I'm also going to be playing with the synth. There's always an unpredictable who knows where things are going to go. Aside from building up this beat more, I know it's going to go there at least. Warheart says he likes this one. It's edgy. Nice. I see joining us right now, we have got Robbie! And also, as well, in addition to as I keep up with the chat here, I see Rami says that he follows me over on Twitch. That's good. That's good. You made a good decision by following me on Twitch and also joining us here in the chat on YouTube. That's a win-win all around. Also joining us right now, we have right now, Rami asks, am I doing beatbox? Everything you hear on the loopers, which is these two devices on the top here, those are all vocals. So yeah, beatbox. In the percussion, like everything here in the percussion, this is beatbox. I split it out into different layers. So there's like the hi-hat or shaker, maybe is it's a better name for it. I have 2 shaker layers. Here's another one. Like one of my kick layers. Here's the other kick layer. And there's this like clap layer. So now I can mix them on and off. But everything also on the top looper is bass line, that's all vocals. These things, whatever I mean, these are kind of, you can tell these are vocals. This sounds like my voice. But there's also this other one. This one is also vocals. Remy says, am I using reverb? Yeah. Yeah, it is reverb. This is technically a tape echo. That's the effect name on the lower looper. But the top looper I was using, yeah, plain reverb. Rami says, am I singing? Yeah, it's all vocals. All vocals. I see Vem Beatbox is asking about how the 2 loopers are connected. You are correct that the bottom one is a Mark 1, the top one is a Mark 2. Accurate. RC505. It's the name of the model. But yeah, you're right. Mark 1 on the bottom, Mark 2 on the top. The way mine are set up is that the bottom looper is the sender of the MIDI signal to the top looper. That's it. Just the MIDI. Vin Beatbox has some follow-ups that says that explains how the loopers are synced MIDI-wise, but I'm talking about the audio. So for the audio, there are 2, elements. There's I guess input and output. So for the input, I have this mic splitter. So the mic just goes into this and then it splits into two XLRs, and so each looper now gets one of the XLRs from the splitter. So I still only have to use one mic to go into both loopers, or to go into either looper simultaneously. As far as the output, which I think it sounds like that's what you're really asking about, is the output. I just use a mixer, so like off camera you can't see it over there, but there's just an ordinary mixer, traditional audio mixer. And I just take the stereo output from both loopers, route it into the mixer, and that's it. The synth also, Then Beatbox is asking about, the synth just goes straight into the mixer like you traditionally would put it. There's separate instruments in my setup, so I don't do any synth input into the loopers. It just goes strictly into the mixer. Oh, nice. Then Beatbox is saying that he has a similar setup where he has a splitter, but his has a switch. That's nice. I actually wanted to get one of those. I don't have a splitter, so instead I control that by volume, mic input volume on the two loopers. So it's always sending to both, but when this one is muted, then it's not. You don't hear any output of it. But it is technically always sending to both loopers in my setup. I would have preferred a setup like Then Beatbox is saying, where you have a switch. That's nice. Then Beatbox says, it would be cool to try looping in the synth. I actually used to route the synth through this lower looper so that I could loop it a little bit. I went off of that, but I am intending soon. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say soon because I don't have a timeline for this. But at some point in the next, 700,000 years, maybe. But also, it could be close to a couple of months. I don't know. But I am planning to get a second Mark II looper to replace this bottom one, the Mark I. My Mark I is pretty well used on the road. I've had it for something like 8+ years. I'm not sure exactly how long. And it's got some wear and tear. It's got a couple of elements of it that make it suboptimal to use. And repairs would be expensive enough that I might as well just get a second. I might as well just get a Mark II. I might as well just get a new looper. Because the Mark II has so many more enhancements on it. Or so many more. It has so many enhancements. And it has so many more features and tools and things. Effects and awesomenesses. So I'm going to have two Mark IIs at some point in, I don't know, maybe within the next year, ? I'm not making a commitment on that. Anyway, the reason I bring this up is that when I have the two Mark IIs, I was talking about this on a stream a couple of weeks ago, and somebody said that at that point, I should have all three hooked up and then use one of them for the synth. I was like, oh man, things are gonna get really nuts. If I have 3 loopers, that's really a lot. I don't even know if technically it would work. I expect that it would work. Then Beatbox says, I think you can hook the MIDI. Do you mean with the synth? If I'm following Then Beatbox's chats, I think you're talking about the synth. I currently, as we speak, like right this instant, the synth, I guess you can't see it at the camera, but the top looper, so the MIDI outputs are as follows. The bottom looper routes MIDI into the top looper, but then at the same time, the top looper routes MIDI out into the synth. However, I have found that it does not synchronize beats per minute. It's possible that I have some setting wrong on the synth. That's totally plausible. But it doesn't route the beats per minute, which was like the main thing I wanted. So I could do some arpeggios, so I could do other like echo-based things, and the slicer, and delays. I would want those things to be synchronized with the beats per minute in the looper. However, it doesn't transmit the beats per minute. So I don't know what exactly the MIDI does transfer between the two, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of just hardware inherent incompatibility that's going to prevent me from connecting them. But it would be cool. It'd be really cool if I could get the loopers and the synth to be at least beats per minute synchronized. Ben Beatbox has got some slick technical tips in the chat for the for the RC505 usage. Ben Beatbox says he does live shows. What kind of live shows do you do? Is it like this kind of stuff? You beatbox into the looper? Do you hook up a synth or something else into your loopers? Do you do vocals of any kind, like sing or rap? Oh, by the way, as a general promotional thing, many of my regulars already know, have already seen, but I dropped a rap track earlier today, produced by Donald Duck. If you don't know Donald Duck, he's actually a guy. He really, it's not like the Disney character. But he's the producer. So I did a rap track. I released that earlier today. It's called So Bold. So Bold. It's been getting a lot of positive feedback. People are commenting on the flow. They really like my flow. You should check that out. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it came out pretty nice. Certainly captured a flow in it, I feel. I was just going for something quick. Normally when I'm writing a song, some rap that is, normally when I'm writing a rap, it can draw out, it can drag out. Like there's this other song that I've been working on for a couple of weeks. I've got 12 bars of it, but I haven't looked at it in probably a week. I haven't even really thought about it, honestly, in the past week, which is good. I want to forget about it. But anyway, that's my point. Like, sometimes when I write a song, when I write a rap, the flow or momentum comes and goes. I'm not really in control of the inspiration, what makes it fit properly. But not this song, the one that I'm talking about now that I just released earlier today, called So Bold, produced by Donald Duck. That one I wrote almost in one sitting. I was writing it one day, And then I stopped. I was in the middle of doing a bunch of stuff, and then I came back to it. I mean, honestly, was it yesterday morning? I think it was yesterday morning when I just quickly wrote the rest of it. Yeah, I think that's right. 2 days ago, I was writing it in the evening, and then I came back to, and I don't know how far through it, halfway or 3/4 through it 2 days ago in the evening. And then yesterday morning, I woke up and I finished writing it. And then I recorded it yesterday afternoon, produced the video, and released it this morning. And people are very positively responding to it. Again, the song is called So Bold. Very much, if you're into rap flow, you're going to dig it. This is good feedback for me to hear, too. Because you're going to like it. And it's good feedback because a lot of times I put a lot of, thought and effort into the lyrics, but I don't know. Maybe I should just go with the flow more literally. Lean harder into the flow aspect of my rap style. Because that's always something that people have commented on that stands out, in particular, the flow. There's a handful of things that, I hear the same comments. My flow is so smooth, sounds like you're just talking to me. It's very, very smooth flow, and yet there's all these rhymes all over the place. Very, very well enunciated. I can hear everything you're saying. And I usually try to lean toward the kind of topics that make people say, like, whoa, this blows my mind. I've never heard anybody talk about this before. But maybe I should lean into just the flow. And I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm just reflecting on how positive the response has been to this new track of mine, So Bold, that I released earlier today. On my YouTube page. I should have said that. On my YouTube page. I see Vem Beatbox is responding, or I'm getting caught up on a chat that he had responded earlier. That he says he has saved memories in his looper that has samples so that he doesn't need to use the synth. That's good. That's good. I have 36 different palettes of saved memories that are blank without saved wave files, but just have saved, configurations of input effects and such. But that's a good move. Then Beatbox says, on top of that, I will then beatbox and rap and improv sampling. Nice. That's dope. Warheart says, flow and meaningful lyrics. Was that in reference to me? Should I get all self-centered? It's possible. It also occurs to me I did not do a proper welcome to the studio for the man. There we go. Okay, so a proper welcome. Warheart says that when he raps, he flows like a broken ice maker. Nice. Nice. I was blowing my nose because I sneezed a couple times. And I'm like sitting here while distracted and blowing my nose. I'm sitting here trying to do the looper still. And I didn't realize that I shut everything off. I didn't mean to do that. Did not mean to shut everything off. I was meaning to turn some things on and off. But I did not mean to go to a full silence, a full off on all of the loops. Alright, so I got still one more loop over here that I gotta fill in. And I'm gonna go to another one of my pre-made, pre-saved instruments that I made out of stacking 4 different input effects. So I'll go experiment with that a little bit, fit it in with the remaining, or the existing rather, fit it in with the existing loops, create that loop there, save it off. We will have a very productive Tinker stream on our hand at that point, man. It'll be good. Very pleased. I see there's some questions about how is there an auto tune or what is there? Is it a vocoder? This is closer to an auto tuner. There's an effect in the Mark II version of the RC505. There's an effect that does tune it. I think of it more like a snap tuner, but I'm making that word up, or someone else made that word up a couple months ago. But basically, I can apply this effect. It's called electric. I can apply this effect that will tune it into one of the 12 major keys. That's all it can do, to my knowledge. That's all. I believe that's all it can do. So I can sing like some melody that is not exactly on key, but it'll snap it into being the right notes, or the closest notes, what I'm probably trying to hit. And it generally does do that. It generally does hit what I'm trying to hit. It is not a vocoder, but there is a vocoder. There is a vocoder effect on the looper. That's just not what I happen to be using right now. In general, I don't even know how to use that. I have used it as a test, like, oh look, I can use this effect. So I've done it more than 0 times ever, but I don't really include the vocoder in my repertoire. I wonder if it would add much for me the way I use my stuff, because you generally have to pair it with another 2 channels together. You'll use like, oh, I'll use number 2, the output of number 2, as the input of the vocoder 2, you know, number 4 or something. You route 2 channels together. So I can see that being useful. There's another cool feature of the Mark II that I don't ever use, but I can see being enormously useful, which is that you can collapse 2 channels together. So I could take like these 2 different, this loop and this loop, and I can merge them together into one. If you got a really strong mix and you're always going to use those 2 loops at the same time, that's a really cool feature. I generally don't always use any 2 loops at the same time. There's generally always some kind of like, even right now I'm doing this like volume up and down. I need to control that independently. But it's easy to imagine other looping artists having a different style where that would be a really cool feature. I've seen looping artists use it. Some of these modern beatboxers, like the Swiss Championship, if you've not seen the Swiss Beatbox, I don't know, Championship, whatever they call it, that is amazing. Those people are very impressive. And I've seen some of them use a looper in really creative ways, where they will, you know, build something up, build up a stack of harmonies, and then just collapse it all down into one layer. So I've seen that kind of stuff. Or build up a couple of drum layers and collapse them down. I keep all my drum layers separate on the bottom looper, as I was saying earlier. I see Empirism is talking about my shirt, the Hardware Jam shirt. Yeah. Actually, you know, Ven Beatbox, you might be interested. We're talking about all this synth and looper stuff. If you do music that's just hardware based, loopers and synth, and that is to say, don't use a DAW, a software mixing production virtual studio. If you're hardware based, there is this group, Hardware Jams. Maybe you already know. I shouldn't presume you don't know. But Hardware Jams is a group of, I don't know, probably a couple hundred hardware musicians who every week have a weekly challenge. Make a song about this, or that sounds like this, or with this technical limitation, or they have a challenge every week. And then they have a stream for like 3 or 4 hours and listen to everybody's songs every Monday. It's a really cool community, and if you do, and this goes to Ven Beatbox or anyone, if you do hardware-based music, even if you just have like a guitar, that's a piece of hardware. You should check them out. The Hardware Jam community. This is the logo. You'll find it right away. You know you're in the right place. On YouTube and on Facebook. The weekly challenge is discussed on Facebook. And then there's the YouTube channel where everybody watches the Monday stream. And occasionally, once in a while, there's something else. And that's why I bring this up right now. So for Empirism, and really for anyone, for everyone, this weekend is the annual Hardware Jam Festival. Starting tomorrow. What is this? That's Friday, September 19th. And it goes until Sunday, September 21st. The Hardware Jam Festival. It's called Inky Fest. If you know the story with Inky, this is all about, you know, celebrating Inky. It's okay if you don't know the whole story. It's just it's like a community relevant thing, so it's okay if you don't know anything. But it's just gonna be a festival, and that's on the Hardware Jam page. You're gonna have people. I don't even know how many hours each day. Probably 8 or 10 hours, I'm guessing, each day, or some of the days. I'm not sure exactly, but Friday to Sunday, a lot of long streams. I believe everybody has a 15-minute set, and there's a couple of dozen people who submitted 15-minute sets. So it stacks up pretty quick to a lot of hours. So you should come check it out, or at least stop by, because there's always going to be a bunch of people hanging out at any given time. Usually the Hardware Jam stream gets like 20, 30, 40 people in the chat. It's roughly that size. So it's probably going to be something like that, roughly, as you go through the weekend. Oh, nice. I see Van Beatbox says, I know Inky. Whoa, really? But I don't know the story behind this community. Oh, wow. Yeah, Inky was involved in other stuff too, not just this community. So you probably just knew Inky from a different... Wow, that's cool. Yeah, Hardware Jams is just this weekly, you know... And the weekly challenge, by the way, I didn't say this earlier, but it's announced on Friday, and then you have until Monday to make it. It has to be made that weekend. That's part of the challenge. So it's like, it like pushes people to like force your creativity kind of thing. It's a lot of fun. And all the regulars, there's a couple dozen people who are there like always every week. And it's a great, very friendly, very welcoming community. That's Hardware Jams. Then Beatbox says he's interested in checking out Hardware Jams. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Because even me, my synth is relatively new. Rami wants me to play the synth. My synth is relatively new. I used to be only the loopers for, you know, however many years. I was only the loopers, and that means just my beatbox and vocals and such. And even with just that, in the Hardware Jam community, they were very welcoming toward me. So, yeah. It's a good place. Empirism is recommending it as well. And by the way, if you're not familiar with Empirism's page, his stuff is dope. His stuff is dope. You could find, like, you could just randomly click on one of his videos in his list. And what he does is, like, he's got a nice stacked studio. I don't know how much gear it is, but probably, like, I'm trying to get a visual of what his studio looks like. It's probably something like in the range of 10 to 15 pieces of gear. So he's got a couple of synthesizers. He's got like a K oscillator, if you've ever seen one of those. I believe he does have I don't know which of the loopers, but I believe he has one of them. But so he builds up this cool like soundscape that you're gonna really like a lot and enjoy. But then the best part is when he rips out his axe and he's just like, he's gonna wail on this electric guitar, and he does these awesome solos that he'll just go on for like 6 minutes. And his page is dope. So yeah, check out Empirism. His stuff is in the you know, you see his name in the chat right now. That's the same as his page. He says he does have the RC505. Okay, cool. Empirism says my music is random. Man, I believe it. I believe it. My music is random too. And even though it's random, I'm pretty happy with this beat. I like the way all the pieces stacked. I would have to do a little bit more mixing, I think, on this. But I like how this beat came out. Had a good time. I like chatting with you. This was a lot of pleasure. I had a lot of a pleasurable, good experience, which I like a lot. I'm a fan of having good, pleasurable experiences that I like a lot. I like having things that I like a lot. It's really cool when I get to have things that I like a lot that are good and I like. Please like this video. Please subscribe. I could use some subs. Friends, listen. The man himself. Crazy woman has joined us. Ven Beatbox says he likes also to use Loopy Pro. That's cool. You could do that too. I think on hardware jams, you wouldn't be able to submit a song and call it hardware jams from Loopy Pro. But, you know, outside of hardware jams, that's cool. You could use Loopy Pro. I was just talking about that the other day. Actually, you know what? For anyone who didn't hear it earlier, I'm going to do another heads up promo. If you didn't catch the new rap track that I released earlier today, it's called So Bold, produced by Donald Duck. And I'm thinking about that now because Donald Duck was talking to me about Loopy Pro. He actually sent me to a Loopy Pro Discord. By the way, if you're a Discord person, send me a friend request. Just reconsider it. I'll invite you to my Discord. We have usual Discord stuff, memes and random whatever you want to talk about. We got a couple dedicated channels to certain things like mental health or philosophy or metaphysics and things like that. Certainly I share links to all of my music. I share other live stream links there. You can share stuff there. Anyway, Donald Duck, the guy who produced the new rap song I just released, he sent me to a Loopy Pro Discord. So I'm like, I have no opposition to Loopy Pro at all. Actually, you know what? Ven Beatbox, can you answer this? Is it possible to synchronize a Loopy Pro with an RC505? Because that's actually a question that Donald Duck had. He's like, oh, I'm not sure if it's possible to synchronize the two. But Ven Beatbox, if you use them both, do you synchronize them together? Is that possible? If so, that would amplify my interest level greatly. Empirism says he's gone, you know, both ways with this. Used to do some virtual instruments, but these days he's all into hardware. Yeah, man, I'm with it. I used to do a lot of software. I used to use Reason, Propellerhead Reason. But these days, I really only use this stuff. The three things you see here. And I use the loopers way more than the synth. I just kind of a little bit play around in the synth on these lives, and that's about it. But I don't know. Maybe when I get my new looper, if I can hook up all three together, I might use my old Mark I as hook the synth up into it. I might use that. That's plausible. That might happen. You know what else might happen, my friends? I might, and I hope that I might. I hope that I do. I hope that I see you in the next stream. Thank you for being here today. I hope to see you in the next stream, my friends. My regulars know that we have got a variety of flavors of live stream here on Reconsider It's Music Sketchpad. Today we were in the lower right. We did some tinkering in the studio. That's where we just hang out. It's very low formality, low agenda, very free form. Build up a beat, hang out and chat about whatever comes up, play around with the synthesizer. Join us for tinkering in the studio. In the lower left, we've got Unspoken. That's where I build up a beat, just like today, bring in the synth, just like today, but there's no talking on the mic. Perfect for your instrumental needs. Join us for Unspoken. In the upper left, we have got Loops and Chill. Loops and Chill looks like an hour of 4 or 5, maybe 6 beats. Well rehearsed, put together. Nope, all improvised. The beats, how I arrange the beats, all made up on the spot. Join us. Join us for Loops and Chill. In the upper right, 505 beat making. That's where I build a beat on the RC 505, just vocals, and I talk about what I'm doing on the loopers. And you get some technical insights like that. Very nice if you're looking to get started or you're just looking for how a different artist does it. Join us for 505 beat making. And until then, my friends, whichever type of stream it is that you join us for next, until then, please have a very good rest of your day today. Please let the rest of your day today bring you all manner of goodness and blessings. Please begin with the flexing to allow yourself to become receptive to all of the goodness, all of the blessing and goodness that is readily available to you at your doorstep, pending your readiness to receive it. Please receive all manner of goodness and blessing today, and I will see you in the next Reconsider It Live stream.